Today we're going to talk to you about river safety. A lot of you guys have been asking me, hey Aquachigger, is what you're doing on the river dangerous? And my answer to you is yes. It is actually really dangerous if you don't have the training and experience to do this kind of stuff. There's really only one thing, in my estimation, that's going to kill you out here. And I want you to ask yourself, what is it out here that's probably going to end up killing you if you try to do this? If you say, oh, drowning, man. Well, yeah, you're partially right. But you're going to drown for a reason. The reason you're going to drown is because you're going to panic. Without having experience and knowledge and knowing what you're doing out here, it's very easy to panic when you're in the currents and you're in these rocks and you don't know what to do when you get swept off your feet. It's a fine line between life and death. There really is. So if you're the panicky type, learn to control your panic. Very important. Well, what's going to make you panic out here, you might ask? Well, in my estimation, again, probably getting your foot trapped in a rock ledge as you're floating along. That is what kills most people on these types of rivers. In fact, just recently, there was a local fisherman who was out on a river like this. Not this one, but one, nearby. And he got swept off his feet and got his leg and foot wedged in a rock in the current, and he drowned. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you shouldn't be drowning on little rivers like this. I mean, it was probably only a few feet deep where he was, but undoubtedly he panicked. So don't panic. Very important. In fact, I was on a river just a few days ago, and there's a bunch of guys that came down through on tubes, and they were just joking, laughing, having a good time, drinking beer. These are like college-age kids too. And one of the big ones fell out of his tube, hit a rock, spun around, fell out. This guy was like a couple 100 pounds, 6 foot. He was a big guy. And guess what? He panicked. He had on a life jacket. He had an inner tube. But he panicked, trying to get back into that inner tube. He was spinning, going down the river, just grabbing it and falling off and grabbing it, exhausting himself. Eventually, the river actually pulled him around to a calm area. And guess what? He was still struggling. He was splashed, he was out of breath, he was crying to his friends to help him who were standing on rocks 15 feet away watching him. And you know what? The water was only 3 feet deep. He could have stood up. I mean, I had just been there like 15 minutes before. This was calm water, but he was panicking. That's what's going to get you. Most all rivers will have rocks in them. When you have a rock, you can have ledges that go underneath. Now, it doesn't have to be a rock. It can be a log. Logs will do the same thing to you. So when you are standing up and you're walking through the rapids and you fall over, your natural instinct is to get back on your feet. If it's swift and you keep going down and your feet are going like this, hitting the bottom, eventually what's going to happen is it's going to slide underneath a rock like this. Well, this could happen. I'm going to put it underwater so you can see what I mean. Now, as you can see, I am wedged firmly under that rock. If this river was a little bit higher, the current would still be pushing against my back here, and it would push me over this rock, either face down or back down, and my leg might snap and bones will come out, who knows. But undoubtedly, I would be stuck, and if no one rescued me, I would be dead. Okay? And you get in this position by panicking and not having knowledge about whitewater. So I urge you right now, if you're even thinking about doing this, then get online and read about river safety. Whitewater safety is very important. And when you fall over, if you find yourself floating down the river, whether you have a life jacket on or not, always remember, feet down river and up in the air. Try to get on your back. That's the best way to do is get on your back and just lift your feet up and float. Deep breath and just float along until you get out of the swift current. I mean, you might end up with some scratches and bruises, and that's not a big deal because you won't be dead or have a bone sticking out of the side of your leg.